I want to share with you a tip on how you can harness your motivation and your excitement to get things done, also to find things that you're passionate about in your life, and to keep motivated towards your goals and to keep motivated to take the right action towards things. So I was talking, I'll tell you a quick story which I thought was super interesting. I was talking to a buddy of mine on the phone today, and he mentioned that he had heard some advice from somebody else who said that when you think of something or you talk about something and it gives you energy, okay, and it charges you up, then that's a good sign that that's something that you should do. It's something that you should move towards. It's something that you should take action on, and it's definitely something that you should chase. You know, a big question people have is, what's their purpose, right? Or if people are looking to like leave their job and start something else, and they're looking, what should I do? What should I do? You have to think about what's something that charges you up when you think about it and when you talk about it. Okay, now the example from this conversation with my buddy was so hilarious. In the beginning of the conversation, we were talking about our businesses and coaching and helping people. He's a coach as well too, and he works for himself. And he was talking about how like certain parts of the business we don't like, that there's a lot of stuff that we have to do to get the videos out, to coach people, things like setting up the website and the emails and all this stuff that's not that exciting. And I talked about running ads. If you're running ads to your video, opening up the Facebook ads manager to run to make ads for something you're selling or for your website. And I laughed because when I said the Facebook ads manager, both of our energy just dropped. Like, oh my gosh, I hate that so much. Like, I hate that technical stuff. And then when I mentioned to him, I said, but what about, I remember some of the videos you were filming before and you being on camera and sharing lessons and stuff like that. And we started talking about how sharing our message and just putting it out there and helping you guys and giving you guys value. And we both got so excited, right? And on the phone, we're like, yeah, man, like that's what charges me up. That's what I'm excited about. I want to film more stuff and help more people and get that stuff out there. And we got so excited and charged up. And then I said, remember in the beginning when we first got on the call, we were talking about going on the Facebook ads and making Facebook ads on the computer, and then the energy just died and dropped from our conversation again. And we both started cracking up, and then we started talking about coaching and helping and stuff like that again. So the point of this is I want you guys to think of the things that you want in your life, the things that you do as well. Okay, great exercise that you could do. I just suggested this to another friend is write down. Okay, I got this list from a book on adrenal fatigue, great book. And what it says is make a list of things that give you energy and charge you up, and make a list of things that drain your energy and bog you down, okay? And the topic and the phrase we came up with is chase the charge, man. Go after those things that charge you up. If I think about it off the top of my head, definitely pause this video or after this video, do that exercise because it's super powerful. I think it could change your life, man. It's something that I like to do at least once a year, if not a few times a year, is do that exercise. And you write down things that you do in your life now that, like I said, either give you energy or take them away. So if I think of me, it's being around my friends and talking with them about what's going on. It gives me so much energy. Going to the gym and working out gives me a lot of energy. Putting in some good work during the day and accomplishing things and knocking things off my to-do list gives me energy, okay? Getting a good night's sleep gives me energy. Going out and socializing and meeting and connecting with women gives me a ton of energy. Sharing my message and helping other people gives me a ton of energy. So those things are so important to me that I make sure meditation, right, stretching, these things are so important to me that I make sure that I schedule them into my week no matter what. Other things that bog me down, like even a little thing with my business, I'd spend sometimes a half hour making just a little YouTube thumbnail for the thing. So now I pay somebody to make those images for me for my YouTube channel. And thinking too much about strategy for my business and things like that kind of bothers me. So I have a friend who's a good business strategist, and he helps me come up with ideas for my marketing and other things like that. So the things that drain your energy, it could be people as well too. If it's people that drain your energy, you may have to cut those people out of your life. Or if you can't cut them out, right? If they're family or something like that, maybe limit your time with them or set some healthy boundaries so the things that they're doing that are draining you, you address those and maybe they won't do them anymore. You could talk to a friend and say, hey, look, I love you to death, or family member, I love you to death, I love chatting with you, but sometimes when you bring up this topic, I just notice that I feel it just really drains my energy down. So if you don't mind, if it's something maybe we can not talk about in the future, or maybe limit how much we talk about it, the person will understand, right? Now you just eliminated something that drains your energy, right? So that's a very important and very powerful thing you can do. Man, I hope you guys do this exercise. It can really change your life. It's super powerful. But what I want you guys to do is chase those things in your life that charge you up, okay? I like watching YouTube videos for sure. In my downtime, I like to watch them. I like to read, I like to journal and do all that stuff. But I really get my juice when I go out into the real world, when I take action, when I'm around people and I make things happen in person, okay? All those things I mentioned before, being active, using my body and being more present and being in the moment, that stuff is what gives me energy. When I get too far in my head, when I overthink, when I'm analyzing, when I'm doing all this technical little nitty-gritty stuff, that really bogs me down and drains me, okay? Now there may be some of you that's the opposite, right? You may get energy from sitting and recharging and taking some time off and watching a movie or whatever. I get energy from that too, right? So maybe that's something that you plan into your week, to take a little time for you. Maybe you take a bath, listen to some music, if you like to be a little more isolated, spend some time for yourself, taking a nice walk out into nature and just being alone for a bit, and maybe thinking through stuff actually helps you out. Maybe you have a very active life where you work somewhere where it's an active environment, there's a lot of people around, and maybe it's too much stimulation, right? Where now you need to take some downtime. I know personally that when I was a full-time fitness trainer and I was at the gym all the time, I felt like I loved it and I loved training my clients, but at the end of a day, if I put in 8 hours or so, a whole day of work with my clients, asking them, how's your day going, and having conversations, because part of being a fitness trainer is almost like a counselor, right? You're talking to everybody and you got to be the smile on and be positive no matter what. And I love my clients. It wasn't fake, right? I did that because I love them, but you have to show up and you have to be professional, and you can't show up and be in a bad mood. And sure, you could talk about if you're in a bad, you could mention it a little bit and be honest. Like, I think you should be a good, honest person, but at the end of the day, you're professional. Someone's paying you for your service. You better show up and do it great and put your energy into it. And I remember at the end of a long day, I'd go back home, and I had a girlfriend at that point, and she'd be like, what's going on? You seem kind of quiet. I'd be like, look, babe, I'm sorry to do this, but I'm not talkative. I've been talking all day and using so much energy. I just kind of want to chill out and veg out a little bit. Or even if I was on my own, I'd like to just kind of chill and not do anything and relax. And that actually recharged me. So I want you to take an inventory, okay, of things in your life that charge you up, that make you feel good, that make you feel alive. And one thing to remember about this is some of those things that you do, you may actually not want to go and do them, right? Like the gym, right? Sometimes you don't feel like going to the gym. Oh, I don't feel like it. Or definitely sometimes like, oh, I don't feel like socializing. It's easier to stay home tonight. But I know that if I skip the gym, the next day I feel like shit, and that drains my energy, and I feel mad about it, and I overthink. I know if I don't go out and I don't socialize, I'm going to feel guilty. I'm going to feel like I missed out on something, and I'm going to feel that I'm not working towards my goals the next day. So you have to think with the end in mind as well too, because I can't tell you how many times before it was a Friday night or a Saturday night and I'm like, maybe I'll just stay in, man. Maybe I'll just kind of chill and whatever. And every time I've done that, not every time, let's say 80% of the time I've done that. Every now and then I needed a night off to kind of chill. But I'd say about 80% of the time that I chose not to go out because I just was feeling a little anxious, or I didn't want to get up and push myself to go out, I always felt worse the next day. I always felt more introverted and closed off, and I felt further away from my goals. Because my goals at the end of my life are to have great experiences with women, to have a lot of love, to have a lot of friends, and have a lot of joy and memories that I can look back on and say, man, I lived, I did it, no regrets, no excuses. I experienced life. I really got a richness out of life, and I'm cool with that. That's my main goal, right? That's one of my main goals. Another one's also obviously giving and sharing everything that I have and making an impact. But living a rich life is one of my main goals. And knowing that, I could say I don't feel like going out, but I'm gonna go out anyway. And I always, this is 100% of the times where I don't feel like going out, but I go out anyway, 100% of the time I feel great. I always feel great. And since I know that, in that moment where it's the decision of going out or not, I could say I'm going to do it anyway because I know how great I'm going to feel after this. And this is a big key that I used to teach people with fitness and dieting, okay? You know that if you eat the hamburger, you eat the fries, and if you get the ice cream sundae after, you are going to feel like shit after you eat it. It looks good, it's gonna taste good, it's gonna feel great, right, when you first eat it, but you know, after you eat that motherfucker, you are gonna feel fat, you're gonna feel bloated, it's gonna mess up your digestion, and you are gonna feel like shit. I mean, maybe you got some iron stomach and a great metabolism, but I know for me, I always feel like shit when I eat crappy food. So it's now become very easy to me, even if I have some peer pressure or some friends are telling me, oh, just have a piece of cake, or we're going out to eat, or this food's whatever. It's become very easy to me to say, I'd rather eat somewhere healthy, or you know what, I'll eat at home, but I'll join you guys, we'll hang out, and I'll sit there and sip some water, or maybe I'll order a salad at some of these places I used to do too. And I know that, yeah, I may not be enjoying that food that they are or whatever, but I know that after I'm going to feel so much better. I know I'm going to look better. When I look in the mirror, I'm like, I made the right decision. Last night, when I got home, I went out, I had a great night, and I was driving back home, and I saw the fast food place. And I was like, man, I haven't had fast food in forever, dude. I haven't had fast food in ever. You lost so much weight. You're in great shape. You had just had a great night. It was a successful night, right? And now you should celebrate and you know, go grab some fast food, man. You're good to go, dude. Why not? And I was like, oh, I should do that. You know, get a couple fries and this, and then I said, I'm gonna feel like crap tomorrow. I know I'm gonna feel weighed down and heavy. It's gonna drain my energy, and also, I'm in shape right now because I've made consistent decisions to say no to that stuff. Okay, that's why I'm in shape right now. So I said, let me skip that. Okay, let me skip that, and let me take the action, and let me go and go home and eat something healthy. And I went home and ate something healthy. I got much more energy. I felt better. I woke up today great. Everything was good to go. Where I would have woke up feeling groggy and all that other stuff too. So you have to think about the after as well too. Even if the decision is hard to make in the moment, think of the after and how charged up and how energetic and how great you're going to feel after. Okay, you have to make that. And I say, look, man, use this as a decision-making process. When you have a decision to make and you're thinking about things to do or whatever, go towards the things that charge you up and enrich your life. Okay, chase the charge with the decisions that you make. The things that bog you down, either minimize them, get help with them, or eliminate them. Okay, minimize, do as little as possible with them, get help with them and get somebody who's better at them and really enjoys helping you, or eliminate them completely, right? If you want to meet women and have great experiences with them, but scouring through dating advice and trying to find a game plan sucks, and you're like, man, I hate fucking looking all this shit up and all this conflicting information, then fucking hire a coach and get somebody to tell you specifically what to do, take all the guesswork out, and you just be the monkey and take the action. When I teach boot camps, I tell guys, I'm like, give me the remote control, man. Don't think about it. We're going to do, my boot camps are very exercise driven. We're going to do exercises, get you into the right momentum. We're going to get your juices flowing. I'm going to teach you these skills, and then we're going to go out and use them. You just take the action. Let me do the guesswork of finding what works. And dude, you should do that with anything in your life that is draining your energy and really bogging you down, man. So I hope you like this message and take it, because it's very, very important. If you want to live a quality life, if you want to perform at your peak capacity, fulfill your potential, have a beautiful life that you're proud of, then you need to chase the things that charge you up, and the things that don't charge you up, work on making those a little bit easier or getting rid of those so that you can have a great life that charges you, gives you energy, and that you're proud of.